cinnamon, shaman, Liminar. I'll wait till we're live and then I'll hopefully say something wise. Are we live? We go live too much. No. Well, practicing to run a radio station, so we're going to be live 24/7. Alright, so let's see who's here today. Let's see. All the media department people, put up your hand. It's like none of them. Where's Madalisha? Madalisha not here. So, isn't this supposed to be like compulsory staff chapel? Just, where's Cara? Oh, she's with Madalisha. So let's go just chat with Madalisha. Just ask her to remind all the staff next Friday that this is a compulsory staff chapel. Wonder what, in the minds of people, compulsory means. I'm trying to figure out. Anybody know? Is it like a variation? Is there a variation of that word? Compulsory. You don't control me. You're trying to control me. We solve each other's problems. Anyway. Okay, maybe that's what I must talk about today. Is how sometimes we rebel without realizing it. So, okay. So, yeah, let's talk about that today. Let's talk about that. Look at the person next to you and say, lol me oh. You know what lol me oh means? So on Facebook, when you type lol, it means laugh out loud. And me oh is Afrikaans for my dude. It's like lol my dude, except in Afrikaans. Lol me oh. Can't believe you guys never heard that before. I've just enriched your life considerably. It's probably the most wonderful gift I've given you since you've all come to Overcomers. Have you never done that before? Someone does something funny, you just look at them and you go, lol me oh. And you say it's not gender specific. You can call anybody me oh. So let's hear Jackie say it to Liska. Go for it. Exactly. Okay. So let's talk about, I'm trying to figure out how to title this. A favor, so favor, generating favor, which is one of my favorite subjects. Favorite subjects. Favor doesn't happen organically. So if you're watching and taking notes or whatever, writing things down, say it out loud with me. I say favor does not happen organically. So organic means naturally. It doesn't just happen naturally because nobody feels that they owe you anything. No one feels loyalty towards you. And I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm very, very tired. Who's noticed I've been doing a lot of fundraising. I'm live a lot. Plus, I've got my normal prayer hours. Plus, we've got a ministry to run. Plus. So you've got exhaustion, and then you've got like this other little red mark after exhaustion that says, do not cross. Then after that, there's this abyss where you don't even know your own name anymore. Then after that abyss, there's this place where you're just like wafting along a specter of existence, just going through the motions of life. And then after that one, you've got this vapor that just floats and goes, "Ah." I'm around about there. So I'm very, very, very tired. And when you're in that position, thank you. When you're in that position, you lean hard emotionally on people. I'm going to teach you something very powerful today, if you guys bear with me. I was very grateful when I walked in here at 8 o'clock and I thought chapel was at 8. So I was able to go and get 20 minutes of sleep. So I'm going to give you guys an incredible gift. The understanding of, so number one, favor isn't generated organically. And when there are people with the power to change your life dramatically out there, and most of them work very hard. Most of them work crazy, crazy hours. And carry immense pressure. Like this month end, I'm standing in faith supernaturally for 3 times what we usually have to raise. Because people are late with this and late with that, and it's very, very challenging. The pressure is crazy. It's like you're under a pile of bricks or under a building, you know. And are you guys listening? When you, like, let's say a compulsory staff meeting. Now, please don't come to me and apologize and stuff. I'm not a guy. I don't want apologies. Just learn, you know. So a thing like this, when I come in, I count on seeing everybody because they deem what's important to me as important to them, because they either love me like I love them, love the vision like I like them, or if they're just here for a salary, are grateful for the opportunity to have work in a region where there is none. Does that make sense? So when people kind of don't pitch up or don't come or they're late or that kind of thing, there's an effect on you. You know, no matter how much you like that person, you feel like that person doesn't like you. Who knows what I'm talking about? Is this making sense? So what happens inside of you is this: no matter how mature you are, your desire to fight for that person kind of is conflicted. Your desire to want to win battles for that person is conflicted, because then you shift from or not organic, but this natural driven excitement to obligation and responsibility. And we don't realize that being entitled, say I'm working, I deserve a salary. You know, that thing of that entitlement does not produce loyalty from the people who desire to advance you, who desire to change your life. And the assumption that favor is organic, that you produce favor with people naturally, that it naturally occurs, is what keeps so many people stuck in loss and poverty. I was in a conversation with someone yesterday. I mean, and in the conversation, I saw they were working hard to overcome something in their mind. Okay, be honest, who's got this battle where even if someone's an authority figure to you, you really just want to show them that you're equals? You don't like it when someone's authority over you. So there's a hand or two, yeah. So you want to have a conversation. So in your mind, it's like there are no authorities over me. So in the conversation, you have to show or prove to that person that you're not my equal. So you have a conversation with that person, and the whole time you're stretching, compensating. Half the time you can't see it, but everybody else can, or your authorities can. They're like, "What are you doing?" Like in their minds, they say, "What are you doing now?" I see that a lot, and it sabotages the favor that could be on your life. I've been in meetings so many times. I remember I was back in the days when we traveled and minister. The pastors will invite you to the back room, and then you sit there, and then every now and then there's this person who comes in who might have access to that VIP area, but doesn't actually. They're not there as a guest. They're there to serve, or there's a member of staff or a member of a volunteer team. And I was members of those volunteer teams for a long time, for telling you 20 years, and I loved it. It was I loved it more than I loved being the VIP. I really enjoyed serving, because it's like we also enjoy serving. I flip and love it there. It's like some days I sit and I think, Lord, can't you give this vision to someone else? And I'd love to just go and be. I've got one or two guys who I'd love to be armor bearers for. Telling you, I'll dress up like a butler and everything. I love it. I tell you, there's nothing cooler for me. And then I'd see, while I was there, sometimes people working with me would try and have these eye-level conversations with the people that they're there to serve. Everybody understands the term eye level, eh? So they try and have this eye-level conversation, and then I'm there thinking, yes, dude, you're invading that dude's intellectual and emotional space right now. Like, you don't understand that in serving, you're blessing that person and proactively generating favor, even though you think you're invisible. Tell the person next to you, nobody's invisible. Don't you ever think you're invisible. That is not, I learned that, believe it or not. So I had this aspiration. There was a guy teaching us armor bearing, and he said armor bearing is, your goal is to be the best maid or butler that you can possibly be. So the maid butler is not our understanding in South Africa like a maid. It's the British maid, as in, I think the term is matron or something. It's like the highest ranking person who serves, the lord of a house. Anyway, and this guy was doing a whole course on armor bearing. He said, see yourself as a butler, see yourself as a maid, see yourself as a servant, and do everything in your power to be invisible, because it's the hardest thing in the world. When you think you're invisible, you're not, because people by nature are very accepting and very grateful. Believe it or not, even wicked people are grateful to be served, even if it seems like they're entitled. Well, I deserve to be served. A lot of times when you're not there for 1 hour that night, when they're alone at home and they've got 10 tons of responsibility, I'll let you in on a secret. Do you know how much effort it is for me to make myself a cup of coffee? Who knows what I'm talking about? Who thinks like crazy? Like you're up there solving problems all the time, and you've got to leave that thought to go find the damn sugar. Maybe have you seen me when someone moves my cheese? Then I'm like, where's the damn teaspoon? Now I've forgotten I'm on this complex problem-solving thing that affects thousands of lives, and you lose your train of thought for a teaspoon. Do you know how much you appreciate just being able to say, like me, I say, Genetic, like a cup of coffee or whatever, like you appreciate, like, I didn't have to think about this water. Do I need it? I don't know. The fact that I didn't have to worry about it is incredible. Anyway, so I was busy serving, and at one point I felt like, yes, I've chosen as you do, I thought, yes, I've chosen an undignified ministry here, serving people, and that makes me invisible. And there's a movie that Jennifer Lopez is in. It's called Made in Manhattan. Anybody seen it? And the butler at the end there says to her, No job can give you dignity. You bring dignity to the job. I'm going to say that again. No job can give you dignity. You bring dignity to the job. You make the job itself dignified. And it blew my mind. It was a life-defining moment for me. You must actually watch that movie. You can watch it if you can. Made in Manhattan with Jennifer Lopez. It's really good. It's a romantic comedy. But that butler, the head butler of that hotel where she works in the movie, is so wise. Yes, this guy. And he says, you bring dignity to the job. And it changed my life dramatically because I realized not only do I bring dignity to my job, the dignity that I bring to my job is such an honor to the people who I serve, to the people who pay my salary, to the people who give me the opportunity. I bring dignity to them. In other words, they feel validated by how well I do my job. They feel validated and accepted and encouraged and celebrated, desired. All these things that the human being feels when I do my job well. Even when you think you're invisible, you're actually bringing dignity to someone. You're making them feel special. Like if you pop into my house, Pastor Bongs, what's the first thing I shout? Let's see, do you know? Yes, a cappuccino, yeah. Say, hey, Bongs, hey, Janetti, like a cappuccino for Pastor Bongani. When you come into my house, the first thing I do is I'll offer you whatever I've got. And the reason I do that is because I want to offer you the best gift that one human being can offer the other, and that's dignity. Where you don't feel unwanted. It's another incredible, some TED talk. They said although we all want to feel wanted, that's not the biggest need we have. Our biggest need is to not feel unwanted. Nobody wants to feel unwanted, and one of the greatest gifts you can give someone is to let them feel that they're welcome, that you're happy to see them, or so if you can't see me immediately, I try and say, okay, listen, I'd love to talk to you now a little bit, but just come a bit later. And when you come, I'm happy to see you. Even if I don't feel happy to see you, I still have to give you that gift, that dignity. So today, if you understand and if you realize, and that's why I'm always like, where's everybody? When I have staff meetings or when I have like the chapel, it's like a compulsory thing, and people aren't there. It's not that I feel that I need to feel wanted, but when you're working this hard, when you've been doing fundraising and stuff to make sure that salaries are paid, fast internet is there, everything that you guys need to make your jobs easier, and then you see like some people just don't even bother to pitch up. Entire departments, then in the back of your mind, a seed is sown. Because of the humanity of who we are. And in the back of the mind, it says that those people actually don't like you. Now you think that's called insecurity. But what it's called is humanity. And if you can learn to walk and walk with this gift of dignity and realize that everybody needs it and realize that you're not invisible. You might think you have no impact. Who here, you can be honest, who here honestly thinks that you have zero impact on me? You're wrong. Just about everybody put their hands up. I notice you. When I see you, I'm always happy to see you. I'm like, yay! And you smile and you wave, and I feel those things. I'm a human being, and I've learned that everybody has that. We don't always have time to talk, because you've got to be pretty focused. But people have impact. You have impact on each other. And you think the person sitting next to you, around you, doesn't notice you. We all notice each other. And it's so important to constantly give each other the gift of dignity and to carry each other when our tempers fray a bit, you know, to help one another when our tempers fray a bit. So I encourage, I don't know, did anybody learn anything from that? Is it something new for anyone? I'm not entirely sure if it was, because I'm so like floating between realms and existences right now. But like, I don't know, who here learned enough to be willing to either talk on this mic or whatever, come and share what you learned? Eh? Oh, Courtney put her hand up and Donald put his hand up. Why don't you two come down and come. Here's the mic. I'll move it down. Squeechy squack, squeech squack. Come, yeah. Okay, so let's hear. I'm keen to hear. So, what revelation did you receive? I'm always very keen to hear. Now, remember, when you talk on the microphone, you must talk into the microphone. Okay. Yay, Medalisha. And Cora. Okay. Is it? Okay, don't put a sentence together, put a speech together.
I'm little. Hi, guys. Good morning on a Friday. Everyone looks so dead. I feel you. Come here. Hi, this is Donald. Okay, sorry, Rev. Okay. I wouldn't say that today has been very new things, but I would say it's been a very new perspective to it. Like I answered that I don't feel like I affect your life. If I do, I imagine it's negatively. Yeah, but it's true. Like you do think you're invisible, but we do all notice each other. We're a big family. As soon as one of us is gone, everyone's like, where's that person? So treating people with dignity, the thing that stuck out for me the most right now is when Rev said, you know, even if you don't enjoy that person's company, you still treat them with that dignity. You still appreciate them as another being in your life. I recently learned from my great mentor, Mavis, that even when somebody is impacting you very negatively, that is still good impact because it's teaching you lessons, it's teaching you your own triggers, it's teaching you how to be stronger against that. And I appreciated that because I was about to fly off the handle. So yeah, I like that no matter who we are, we should treat each other with dignity. And that favor doesn't happen naturally. You think you can go around, I'm a very friendly person, but that doesn't get you far. That gets everyone knowing that you're friendly. You know, if you really want to honor the people around you and build favor with them, honor them physically with your actions. And yeah, I appreciate that, especially when you don't want to be around them. Still treat them with dignity. That's quite a powerful one. Yeah. Thank you.
Shikarama Saka, hallelujah. Well, good morning, everyone. So it's not much that I got, but firstly, it's just making sure everyone who's around you matters. So when Rev was speaking, I got a revelation. It's a verse in the Bible that says, love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor. So to me, it's very, very important. I mean, hearing the CEO of your company telling you you all matter, it's those words, we might take them light, but they go a very, very long way. So to me, it's a lesson in my life that we should be able to appreciate everyone that has been put in our lives. We should be grateful for those people, whether they're doing the smallest jobs or what. We are supposed to appreciate them. And also, when Rev was teaching about more like contempt, or like feeling like you have the same levels with your higher authorities. We really need to fix that. So to me, it was like a light bulb that went on and say, even if you don't see yourself in that way, maybe people will view you in that way. So you need to consistently check yourself all the time of how you react with others, how you talk to others, how you take others in your personal life, how you talk about them behind their backs, how you view them when everyone is gone home and when you're at your house sleeping. And the moment you just say, oh, Bongani, Pastor Bongani, what thoughts come in your head the moment you speak, or you think about that person? So to me, it's very, very important, because one thing for sure is we really struggle to stay on the positive side when we think about others. We really struggle there, and it starts there in the spirit, and then it will start manifesting in the flesh. You see, because it's your thoughts. That's the reason why Christ says, always keep your thoughts captive. And because we think nice about people, you see that people that you think nice of, you are nice to them naturally, because it's in your spirit, and then your physical body just manifested. But the people you talk bad about, the moment you hear, Donald did this, no, let me not give my name as an example. The moment you think Tino did this, because of the words and the things you think about in your spirit, or the things that you heard about Tino, you have an answer before you even ask what happened. So it's very, very important that we always think positive about people, so that whenever we see them, it's easy for us to manifest joy and happiness. It's easy for us to even exhibit the fruit of the Spirit towards those people. So to me, it's very important. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Donald, you reminded me. When you were speaking about seeing eye level with your authority, I feel that way. I long to have in-depth conversations with my elders where we can just be ourselves and be open. But you have to have that respect for that authority, respect for the fact that everyone's busy, and that the right time will come for those little moments where you can get little snippets from them that you're longing for. So I understand that. I struggle with authority, but I think everyone should take away, it doesn't matter how you feel in your head against other people, you should still have respect for them, no matter who they are, lower or higher than you.
I struggle with the concept of having respect for people. I'm more prone to saying give respect. Because it's quite tough to have respect for people. So up in the media department over there, working on a campaign, and I chat to the guys a lot, because some of the guys up there are kind of politically active, and I kind of, when I'm up there, I realize that these guys don't like me. Who's that conversation with people where you feel like you're being tolerated? Yeah. Now, most young black professionals that I've spoken to throughout the years, I've been working in townships, remember, a long time. And I can honestly tell you that it's very rare that I feel wanted, that I feel anything but tolerated. It's when you work with the kids, it's amazing, because they don't care. They don't care what color you are. They don't care. But often, when I speak to folks, like some of the conversations I have up there with some of the mature guys, you really realize, okay, there's a strong possibility that these guys actually hate me. Who knows what I'm talking about? It's a terrible feeling. And then you work through all of those thoughts to say, well, and this is where I want to help you. You work through those thoughts to say, I don't care what anybody thinks about me, I'm going to give them the gift of respect, the gift of dignity. I'm going to talk to them. Because you know how bad it is when you like someone and they don't like you back. That's the challenge I've had my whole life. People think, well, I'm always in some position of leadership or authority or the other, and they think that because I'm in that position, I'm somehow not human. And that's the key in what I've always loved about serving people in authorities. I've always understood that they're human, and that Courtney mentioned, wanting to receive wisdom snippets and stuff and spend time with people in authority. They will talk to you for hours and hours and hours and hours if they feel that you love what they have to say. There's some dudes who, like Jaden's really good at that. You know my nephew Jaden. He's like, I can call him anytime, any time. And I don't feel like I'm intruding. Who knows people like that? There's like, you can call them anytime, and you don't feel like that you're intruding. And I know that about Jaden. I can phone him at 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, Pastor Gert's another one. I phoned him, it was 12 o'clock at night in Ethiopia, and I called him last night and said, listen, I'm going live. I got no one to talk to. Everybody's sleeping. Don't you want to just come on? Because I got to do fundraising, and I'm too tired to carry this alone. And he says, no problem, Pastor Andrew, let's go. It's 12 o'clock at night. That's why some of these guys are so powerful. That's because they're so favored, because they never make you feel like they're doing you a favor. I'm hoping that you guys, and I don't know who's listening, but if you can receive what I'm saying to you, it is life-changing stuff. Uncle Dick and them are the same. Like, I don't need to call them because I'm not out there, but I know if 3 o'clock in the morning, if I've got a flat wheel, I can call Uncle Dick and he won't be upset. There's people who you can feel when you phone them flipping 12 o'clock in the afternoon and they've got nothing to do. They're offended that you asked for help. You know what I'm talking about? It's like you always feel like a burden. And that is because they have the assumption, or they are totally unaware of the necessity for favor. People with financial responsibility often have to sit down and in their mind say, okay, when increase comes, when the opportunity for increase comes, or if hard times come, who stays and who goes? And 90% of the time, they choose those who give them dignity. It's not as difficult as you think it is to find skilled people, but it's very hard to find kind people. So I'll say that again. It's not as difficult as you think to find skilled people, but it's very hard to find kind people. People who bring dignity with them. So you all know Yaku over there. He loves it when I talk about him. Yaku's a busy guy. He's focused. He's in demand. If he sends out that CV of his, anybody will snap him up. And I've never once. How long have you been here? A year now. Year and a half. Yes, awesome. I've never once felt that I'm a nuisance with Yaku. I can phone him anytime. I can pop into his office anytime. I've never once felt that I'm a nuisance. I'm not saying I feel like a nuisance when I pop into everybody else's offices. but he's probably our most experienced, skilled specialist on our team in that particular area, and the reason I like to pick on him is because I've worked with many skilled specialists in my life, and most of the time they are absolute trying to find a Christian word. One that doesn't rhyme with grass. Anyway, like, I don't, you work with people who are really exceptional in their field, and they, their talent far overshadows their character. It's very hard to work with them because you've got to manage them. You walk into their office and it's like, they look at you like you're interrupting their world, because you are, but when someone lets you know proactively that they're happy to chat to you, even though they're busy, that when I pop into someone's office, it takes me a while to get my thoughts together. I ask questions, but I usually don't know what I want to ask. There's so many things, so much pressure on my head. I'll pop in and then I'm like, I knew I was here for something important. I don't know what for, but anyway. So the main thing I think that would be nice is if everybody realizes that, number one, favor is not organic. It doesn't just grow by itself. You got to cultivate it yourself with the people around you, because there's always someone sitting next to you who will soon have the power to change your life dramatically. And you've got to proactively work at generating favor. And then, the other thing is, give everybody the gift of dignity. Give everybody you work with the gift of dignity. And that means someone's having a bad day. Don't judge their entire character by that current emotional state. Amen. Love you all, man. You're fantastic and awesome and stunning and cool. La 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 la, swimming pool. No. I'm going to try and catch an hour of sleep or so. Then I'm going to go live again. Put the fun in fundraising. Hey, Mad Alicia, did you have a nice sleepless night? Yes, month end around here is always like 99. Yes, God always comes through on 99. Because we don't stop growing, we don't stop helping people. We help more and more and more people every month. So the pressure's insane. I'm looking forward to us landing a couple of windfalls. So those of you who like to pray, please pray with us, that we could do with some big windfalls. One of my personal desires is to finish this building. Build this, knock this one flat and build the soundproof one so that we can have worship with fat bass. See, all those in favor say, aye. Yaku, are you a fat bass guy? Is it? Yes, I always figured you for like a Santa Rita La Nita. So you like a little fillings falling out of your teeth. I like a without. Hello, this is Bubble. I can't hear myself think, man. Hello, this is Andre. You're making a noise. Shame, eh? Yes. Try and live peaceably with your neighbors. We only need to raise about 9 million rand to build this building. Yeah, the Daniel restaurant is going to be on the first story, an entire level where you can see the river. Upstairs, entire media department over here. This one will have another level at the back, with a balcony up there. Soundproof. Doom, 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 So you're going to come in here and you're going to say, what is going on? It's just me walking in circles over there praying with this. I was praying like loud, and Mandy sends me a message. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Lovey, that's really loud. Sorry. So obviously the floor is not soundproof. But I guess when I move up there, I'm above the garage and nobody else, so I'm going to make a lekker noise there. When I move upstairs, like, banana. Donald, you never hear the music loudly from the caravan? Eh? I don't hear anything. Yes, praise God. Last night I was falling asleep, so I got a little bit loud. Anyway, love you guys. Have a wonderful Friday. Hope all your dreams come true, man. Pray that God comes through. We really want a massive windfall. Like really, we need some big breakthroughs in the ministry. We pushed ourselves hard in lockdown financially, pushed ourselves hard during the electricity outages to help people. We really, there's an Afrikaans expression, ons het gestoot. Yeah, we pushed. So we need big miracles right now. So everybody say, it is done, it is done, it is done. In Jesus' name. Amen. Love you. Bye.